Imagine flipping through a catalog, finding your dream home, and then having it delivered straight to your doorstep. This might sound like a modern-day online shopping fantasy, but from 1908 to 1942, it was a reality for thousands of Americans thanks to Sears Roebuck & Company. Through their innovative Modern Homes program, Sears made it possible for anyone to purchase a house through the mail. These homes, sold primarily via catalog, weren't just simple structures, they were full-fledged houses that came with all the materials needed to build a cozy, modern residence. Sears Modern Homes were more than just a collection of wood and nails, they were a promise of the American dream, offering more than 370 designs over its 34-year history. Sears provided a home for every taste, need, and budget. From the Grand Magnolia with its southern charm, to the simpler, more affordable models like the Crescent, Sears captured the imagination of a nation. The catalog featured everything from small bungalows to large, multi-story residences, allowing buyers to select the perfect home for their family. Once a customer placed an order, the materials needed to build the house, everything from nails to lumber, were shipped by railroad boxcar. This kit of parts was then either assembled by the homeowner with the help from friends and family, or by local carpenters hired for the job. In some cases, Sears even offered construction services to help bring the designs to life. The result? Homes were both affordable and customizable, spread across the United States and even into Canada. One of the key innovations that set Sears homes apart was the use of pre-cut and fitted materials. Introduced in 1916, this feature dramatically reduced the time and skill required to build a house. Before this, lumber would be cut to size on site, an exhausting process that required precision and experience. The pre-cut pieces came with labeled instructions, allowing even those with minimal construction experience to piece together their new home. Much like what you might see in an IKEA instruction manual today, albeit a tad bit longer and more complex. Sears also embraced the latest building technologies. It popularized the use of balloon framing, a method that simplified construction and required fewer skilled laborers. In addition, Sears offered modern conveniences like central heating, indoor plumbing, and electricity, features that were all considered luxurious when they first launched their kit homes. These innovations not only made life easier for homeowners, but also set new standards for residential construction. But why did this wildly popular and profitable division of Sears shutter? Well, the Great Depression hit Sears hard, forcing the company to stop offering mortgage financing by 1933. Despite this setback, the company continued to sell homes until 1942. Over the program's lifetime, Sears sold more than 70,000 homes across North America, many of which are still standing today. As the economy began bouncing back following World War II, others attempted to pick up where Sears Roebuck & Company left off. In the 1950s, one of America's most celebrated architects, Frank Lloyd Wright, partnered with Marshall Erdman, who was selling prefab housing. Their partnership went on to create architect-designed housing for the middle class, and while their collaboration wasn't overly successful, it inspired more modest and practical designs to hit the market under other companies. The most successful kit homes in this period were designed by St. Louis-based architect Ralph Fournier, whose homes ended up in 195 cities around the world. His process required that every single wall be fully finished in a factory and then shipped out to the lot. Once there, bolts would be fastened, and within a single day, an entire house could be completed. He offered a variety of plans with very few customizations, which were mostly cosmetic, and required only that a slab foundation be ready to assemble the house on. Throughout the mid-century, kit homes evolved to have less and less parts, relying more on factories to assemble large components before shipping them out to be assembled. This then turned into entire residences being built before being shipped out. This includes everything from trailers to cracker box housing. Unfortunately, in simplifying this process, these residences became less and less desirable as the decades rolled on. By the 1990s, what was once viewed as a fashionable and inexpensive housing option for the middle class became synonymous with the lower class, which is terribly unfortunate because this method of building houses is far more economical and quicker to build. In recent years, however, we've seen that stigma shift as the price of housing soars. Tiny homes and alternative construction have been trending in online searches as people look for ways to stop renting and own their own home. Some of the largest companies on the planet have already started responding to this need. If you search for tiny homes, kit homes, and prefabs on Amazon, you'll find hundreds of results, most of them hitting the market following the events of 2020. And beyond that, history is repeating itself. Just like in the early days of Sears Roebuck & Company, these alternative homes are desirable again. Some of them are being marketed for millions of dollars to people who could otherwise afford to build a more traditional dream home. And to think that today's trends all started over 100 years ago with mail-order catalogs. But I'll pass it off to you. Would you ever consider living in a prefab or kit home? Or maybe you know someone who has made this change in lifestyle. Let me know down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an exciting episode of This House.